It's time for the January Indoor Garden Tour. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Kim's Cozy Corner. I'm Kim, and it is time for us to do an indoor garden tour. Now, it's January 2024, and I haven't done a complete garden tour for this month. So let's just get right to the garden tour. One of the first areas I like to show in my indoor garden tour is my hydroponic station. And so this is a Letpot hydroponic station, and it's doing amazing. So let's talk about what's going on there. In this space here, I have lettuce, tomatoes, and peppers. This is a tiny Tim plant that has like really taken off here. It's to its full height. It's putting blooms on, and hopefully we will start seeing fruit very soon on that tomato plant. There's another tomato plant right here. This is an orange hat, and it was a little late to the party, but it's happy, it's green, it's growing. It's almost to its full height because my orange hat only gets to about 8 inches tall, and then it should start putting blooms on, and it looks like it's trying to do that now, and we'll have tomatoes very soon. I have one lone pepper plant in here. This pepper plant is called a golden honey. A few weeks ago, I topped them off, and it encouraged side growth, right? So a shorter, thicker plant, and it's doing really well. That right there is coming out of one of the armpits just below where I cut it. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get any peppers on that plant, but we will wait and see. And then my lettuce needs to be picked, it needs to be harvested, and I only have two, maybe three lettuce plants still in this container, and this probably will be the last harvest off of that lettuce, and then I'll need to plant more seeds. Now that's my Letpot hydroponic system. And I will be doing a video very soon on the next size up. So yes, I liked it so much, we're going to start another one. And this next unit has more features than this unit here, but there will be a video on that. Now let's get to the main garden space. So I'm going to start by just doing a real quick view of the whole 5x5 indoor grow tent space. So there are two green stalks in here. There are pots in here, as well as a couple seed starting stations that are going. So we will start by looking at the seed starting stations. In this upper seed starting station here, I'm growing all onion, and some are doing well and some are not doing so well. Let's look in close. So all of these onions, I started with you, and there are many different types and kinds of onion here. I have short day, day neutral, as well as long day onion in here. Some have germinated very well. In this one here, these actually I planted behind these. So I don't know if these are going to germinate or not, but they're just now starting to come up. Some are sporadic, so we'll need to plant more. My Sierra Blanco, they didn't come up at all. And at this point, I don't think I'm going to get any of those. So we're going to call that one out. That's from David Seeds, and I honestly have horrible germination with David Seeds. Globo didn't do really well either, so we'll try to plant a few more of those. And in the back here, I planted these and actually didn't bring you with me when I planted this cell here. And so it's a little early for them to be coming up, but we'll see how they do. Grand X didn't come up either. Again, that's a David seed, and they never germinate for me. So I'm going to just get rid of my David seeds and we will move on to something else. Now this container here, I started without you as well. And so I planted a few more because I saw the other seeds weren't doing too well. And these probably have another week before I'm expecting them to pop their little heads up, but I'll bring you along and I'll show you how they're doing. And I have one cell back here that has peppers in it. And there are 3 different types of sweet peppers in there. I did the same thing. I topped those off. Now you can see where in the little armpits, it's producing new little shoots so we can have a shorter, thicker plant on those. And within a couple of weeks, guys, I'm going to move it into this GreenStalk right here. On this next level, from a seed starting standpoint, we have all of the brassicas that we started together a couple videos ago, and they've all germinated. We don't have true leaves yet. So these first leaves that pop up are not your true leaves. Your true leaves will come in behind this first set of leaves, but they are doing great. They're doing really, really great. We had great germination on everything. Those are the only seed starting stations that I have right now, but we will be planting more very soon. So we have more brassicas to plant. We have herbs to get started. So there will be more seed starting videos coming in very soon. So just stay tuned for those. Now let's look at what's going on with these potatoes behind me. Y'all look at those potatoes. Look at that. Look at those. So there are 2 containers of potatoes back there, and they've flowered, and the flowers have started to die back. Just to kind of show you there's some flowers. They're still green. They're super healthy, and they are a water hog. So I have to stay on top of watering them in those containers back there. And we are every bit 60 days in. I'll have to double check, but I'll put it up right here how long these potatoes have been growing. And so we were hoping around that 90-day mark, we can get some potatoes, but we'll just have to see how they do. And then right here is that last container of potatoes that I started, and they're doing amazing as well. I did not put any type of plant support on these, and this is why I use plant support. So the 2 pots back here, the plants are growing up in between the shelving, the racks of my shelving unit back here. And so it helps hold those hones or those stems up to keep the plant healthier, I think, longer. This plant right here had no support, and you can see they're leaning over, which could make some people believe that, oh, they're ready to harvest, they're dying back, but that's not true. They're not ready to harvest. The hones are just so heavy that they've fallen over. And so this is not ready to be harvested. The plants are still super green. They're not dying back. They're healthy, but they just didn't have the support for their stems. But those are my potatoes. Next, we will talk about these green beans. I have 8 green bean plants in this teeny little container. I am growing these green beans on the premises of the square foot gardening method. And so according to that method, in 1 square foot, I should be able to harvest in a season about 6 pounds of green beans. Now, these green beans are already starting to bloom. They're happy. I used to keep them up on that shelf back there, but the blooms were so tall they were growing between the grates, and I didn't want to get stuck up there because I need that for seed starting. So I moved them down to the floor here, and they're happy. They're getting plenty of light from my indoor grow lights, and hopefully we'll have green beans very soon. Now, I have one more type of container I want to show you before I get to my GreenStalks. And that's just a teeny little pot that I have that I'm growing cucumbers in. So I am still in my little 5x5 grow tent, y'all. And in this pot, I am growing cucumbers. And it's a vining cucumber, not a bush. And so this vining cucumber is growing up this string. So I'm using that string to kind of trellis it up. and I got blooms everywhere. Now, these need to be pollinated. They have to be hand pollinated because of the type of cucumber that I'm growing here. But they're happy, they're healthy, and they are growing. Now, there are cucumbers that you can purchase that can handle everything themselves. You don't have to hand pollinate. You don't need a pollinator. And I have some of those seeds, and I will be planting those in my new Letpot hydroponic system. So stay tuned. You will see a video on that very soon. Now, y'all, we need to talk about these green stalks. These green stalks are amazing. I want to show you everything that's going on in the green stalks, but we are going to start with this one right behind me first, and then we're going to talk about the one in the back. The one in the very, very back there, y'all. I have fruit, I have peppers, I have tomatoes, but we'll save that for last. Let's first talk about this one. So about a week ago, not quite a week ago, I shared a video where I pulled out all of the lettuce that had gone to seed, and I replanted the pockets with new seeds. And some of these seeds are just now starting to pop their little heads up. This pocket, I left the lettuce in because I was running very short on lettuce for my family. But now this pocket has gone to seed as well. Going to seed means it's trying to flower, and that's what this one's doing here. So we will have to remove this one and replace it with something else. Over here, I still have amazing lettuce. Amazing, amazing. This is bronze minuet, and I've harvested the bronze minuet, and now I got leaf lettuce that I can use to eat from. This is slow boat, and slow boat is looking amazing. Oh no, it might be trying to boat finally on me, but we will be harvesting this today and enjoying it with our dinner. This is Pablo, and if I don't harvest it today, I'm probably going to lose it because it's seen its best days. And in the very, 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 very bottom here, I have bok choy growing, and you know, we might have that this weekend. We'll cut it because it's actually a really good size, and then we'll wilt it, steam it, and just a little bit of butter, and it'll be very happy. I also have beans growing in the bottom here, and they are just now starting to bloom. So these beans will also help us in that indoor supply of beans. Now, I've never grown beans indoors for harvest anyway, and so we're going to really enjoy all of these beans, hopefully in the next few weeks. And so some more bok choy and more bok choy, and then a few more beans in this space here. And this tower, y'all, look at this. This stuff is amazing. Y'all, I love my green stalks. I have GreenStalk playlist out there describing the GreenStalk, how it works, how it functions, everything about a GreenStalk you can find in my playlist, as well as if you're interested in a GreenStalk, there's a link in the description box below that'll take you to the GreenStalk website. Once you get on the website, if you're interested in buying, you can use my coupon code Kozy10 and get $10 off your purchase of $75 or more. So check out the GreenStalks. Now let's talk about that GreenStalk in the back. In the top tier of this GreenStalk in the back, I have tomatoes. And y'all, I have tomatoes. There are tomatoes growing all over these three plants. There are tomatoes, there are Tiny Tims and Orange Hat growing in these three pockets. They are doing so well. I am so, so proud. And these should be ready in a couple of weeks at most. We'll be eating tomatoes from the indoor grow space. Fresh tomatoes, y'all. And then below there, I have been overwintering in my GreenStalk peppers. These are sweet peppers. And all I wanted to do was keep the plants alive. I wasn't necessarily trying to grow peppers, but look, y'all, we got peppers growing indoors. Indoors. Southwest Ohio, folks. This is a Joe Parker. Look at this. I could harvest this right now and enjoy it, but we're not going to do that though. We want those peppers to turn red, or we'll get them outside and let them turn red out there. But peppers are growing behind me, y'all. I mean, look at this. Now, this is either a giant Marconi or it's a Thunderbolt. I don't have the tag, so I don't know which one until it gets larger, and then I'll be able to tell the difference between the two. But blooms are everywhere. Blooms are everywhere. And all I wanted them to do was survive. But instead, they thrived. Here's just a few more views of all the pockets and how they're doing. Here's another little pepper that's super happy. Peppers that are super happy. And y'all, this one, y'all, this might not be a sweet pepper. This might be that paprika pepper that tried to hurt my family. They assaulted my family, these paprika peppers did. But they're growing. They're happy. Now, I am enjoying my indoor green stalks so much that I may set up green stalks indoors and keep a station going at all times. That's just how much I'm really enjoying the green stalks in my grow tent this year. Now, I might have to have a bigger grow tent. We may have to upsize, y'all. Y'all, it's only a 5x5 grow space, but look at all this food. My grow tent is a 5-foot by 5-foot grow tent, and all of this food is growing around me. And I couldn't be happier. That's it for the January garden tour. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Now, I have many, many different playlists out there, and I'm sure I have something on the playlist just for you. Until next time, and I hope there will be a next time at Kim's Cozy Corner. Bye.